Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Torbjørn, CEO and co-founder of DoMore Diagnostics. And ever since I started to study medicine, my vision has been to play an important role in an important innovation. And DoMore Diagnostics truly utilize the power of AI and deep learning to personalize cancer treatment for patients, both to add treatment when warranted, but also to avoid futile and harmful treatment. And I was quite stunned when I saw the numbers. 90% of patients with colorectal cancer get toxic treatment with no benefit. So let me take you through the patient journey. Every year, 1 million patients undergo surgery for stage 2 and stage 3 colorectal cancer to remove their tumor. And most patients are cured from the surgery and could go to observation. However, this is a difficult decision because some patients recur and die from the disease. But today there are no good diagnostic methods or biomarkers to identify those patients. So therefore, to be on the safe side and to do everything we can, most patients receive chemotherapy. And that has consequences for patients because up to half of the patients are hospitalized during treatment and even up to 1% dying from the treatment itself. And also after treatment, 30% of the patients experience chronic health issues and never fully recover with depression and neuropathies, fatigue, etc. So we need to improve this. We need a personalized approach. And AI and digital pathology will revolutionize the way we treat cancer going forward. So this is a tumor, and this holds the key information of how the cancer will progress and the benefit of treatment. And there are several factors affecting this. It's the genomic profile, the epigenetics, and so on. And we've also learned from immunotherapy that the microenvironment is important. So a lot of factors are important. But today, the best practice of precision medicine is only the genomic profiling. So think about it. In your body today, there are 200 different types of cells, from neurons to bone, to muscles, to skin, all coming from the same genome, but very different cells. And that also is the case for tumors. So the genomic profile is only a piece of the puzzle, but now with the deep learning and AI, we can do a thorough and deep analysis of the tumor and get to know all the details of the tumor and to better predict the outcomes and the benefit of treatment. So what we did to develop Histotype Px Colorectal was a large research program led out of Oslo University Hospital in collaboration with Oxford and University College of London and several other sites. And it was a large program over 5 years, $12 million budget, where we took the histology slides from the patients and linking it with longitudinal clinical data, what actually happened with the patients, when did they recur and when did they die from the disease, and who survived. And we trained the neural networks, 40 different models, and selected the 10 best that constitutes the ensemble of our model today. So the outcome of the project was a digital biomarker to guide personalized treatment and follow-up of patients. It is clinically validated in 1,100 patients. We have 2 publications in the Lancet. We have 2 patent families filed, first grant received in the US, and the application is also CE marked. And you see the test report on the screen, guiding the physician and the patient on what is the optimal treatment going forward for the patient. And also just to show you the data, this was published in the Lancet last year. This is a survival curve of the low, intermediate and high-risk patients. And the Kaplan-Meier curve shows every time the patient dies, as you go forward, the curve goes down. And it's a very distinct difference between the low and the high-risk patients, with a hazard ratio of 10 between the groups. And the low-risk patients have a 96% 5-year survival and will not benefit from additional chemotherapy. And that constitutes 41% of the patients. So on a global basis, by applying our test on all patients, we can save 250,000 patients from unnecessary treatment and $4 billion of treatment costs. And this concept of having biomarkers to decide whether you should have chemotherapy or not is not new as such. There are multi-gene assays available, and they have been quite successful in breast cancer, where this is used today, and Oncotype DX being the largest product with a $600 million revenue per year. They have failed in colon cancer, so there's still a large medical need in colon cancer. Liquid biopsies are also pursuing this opportunity, but we are also very complementary to the liquid biopsy technology, so that is also an interesting aspect of our technology. And since there are established products, there are also established payment models. So the key customer is the oncologist who would order the test to ensure the best treatment of their patient. There are coverage today from payers in the US close to $4,000 per test, somewhat lower in Europe. So our total addressable market is $1.5 billion on a global basis. Also, we are a digital pathology technology, so just also to show you how we fit into the industry of digital pathology. So first you make the slide, the physical slide, and then you need to scan it to make a digital image. And when it's scanned, you have the digital platforms, the image management system, which is the working platform for the lab. The big area of investments the last 4 or 5 years have been diagnostic support to the pathologists, where there has been investments of around $1 billion. But these algorithms can only support the pathologists, and the pathologists are paid $40 per case. So by making the pathologists more efficient, let's say with 20%, that's the surplus that they can buy the software for. We, however, go into the high margin area with the $4,000 per test, which is 100 times the price for pathologists. So it's a much more attractive segment. And we are leading within GI and colorectal. The other companies are focusing in other indications. And since digital pathology is now growing and being implemented across the world in a fast scale, we also have a very scalable distribution model. We can use the routine slide that are made for all patients. We can implement our software on the software platforms. And when the slide is digitized, we can run the analysis, generate a test report automatically within minutes, and deliver the results to the physicians. Also, we have solid traction so far. We have commercial partnerships with Sectra, with a main focus in Europe, and Proscia, main focus in the US. We have significant clinical collaborations across the world. Ohio State University is the leader in digital pathology in the US, and they are now analyzing with our test on their patients. And we have also collaboration with the National Cancer Center in Japan, running several of the key clinical trials in colorectal cancer. And we have also a handful of quite exciting new collaborations to be announced over the next weeks and months. So to the business case, this is in the high margin, high value segment of diagnostics. Also, we have a low marginal cost, so it's a very scalable business model. As a base case, if you take a large European country, will be 20,000 tests, and that will ensure a sustainable and profitable business. But now with the traction we see in the US and Japan, that is now our natural target to also reach those markets, which will result in a very financially attractive company. And our path together is also very defined and clear. First, we need to come into clinical guidelines, which will be our next key value inflection point. For that, we would need $4 million. And then the next step to get reimbursement to ensure large volumes and full clinical use within the country. So what I've been focusing on now is to the left, the standalone marker in colorectal cancer as the business case, which is our key focus right now. But there are also a lot of opportunities to grow. We can combine our algorithm and biomarker with genomic profiling tests and liquid biopsies. We can expand into other indications, prostate being the first one, and also going into drug development, where we can do patient selection, risk stratification, and companion diagnostic. So to pull this off, we have a strong and dedicated team covering all the important aspects of our business, tech, regulatory quality and operations, business development. We have a Norwegian board so far, trying to expand also to a more international board down the line. But also important for us is our advisory board, which is very international, where we have key opinion leaders, highly reputed and respected clinicians across the world, from the US to Japan, and also a solid foothold on continental Europe. So to sum up, we are addressing a high medical need for personalized treatment. We are leading the wave of AI tumor analysis with our CE marked application. We are targeting a very attractive market, and we have shown strong progress with significant partnerships. It's a de-risk case. We have clinical validation in 1,100 patients. It's a low investment to reach a market and also short timelines. So now we're seeking $4 million to take us to our next key value inflection, which is to get into clinical guidelines. Thank you very much.